With Hurricane Iota battering Providence as a Category 5 storm, early reports paint a devastating picture of the damage. Cayman has close ties to the island and its neighbors, and tonight people here are praying for word about their loved ones.
The latest that we have heard that there's, the people has nowhere to sleep, has nothing to eat, it's just a total devastation. Total devastation.
Chester Frederick of Lee's Office Supply tells Radio Cayman it has been particularly difficult because the information has been scarce, with bits and pieces of news coming from a few people with satellite phones and a handful of news reports.
My wife is very broken down in regards to that. And it is very sad when such a storm like that magnitude, hits somewhere and you cannot hear from your family. There's so much things that would be going through your mind in regards to, are they alive or are they well? You just want to know something about them. But unfortunately, that's not the case right now.
Mr. Frederick says their own experience here with Ivan is weighing heavy on their hearts right now as they wait to see just how bad things are.
Most of the houses over there are not hurricane-proof, as we would say. Their building is just a wooden building and zinc on the top of the roof. So pretty much, I would probably say it's detrimental. I can just imagine what it looks like.
Mr. Frederick says the community here is working on finding ways to help, reaching out to government and Cayman Airways to see whether some type of humanitarian mission can be organized. Medical Officer of Health Dr. Samuel Williams Rodriguez today reports 86 COVID-19 tests carried out. Since our last report on Monday, all are negative. The total number of people in isolation, either at a government facility or in their homes, as required by the Medical Officer of Health, is at 872. The governor says the United Kingdom government does not support a draft bill that would introduce UK MPs for the overseas territories in the House of Commons.
It's a draft piece of legislation actually intended to be helpful and supportive of the OTs, which was put to the UK government in March this year. This is a subject that does arise every few years, but I want to just underline that this is not a proposal that the UK government wishes to take forward, and neither has the Cayman Islands government indicated any desire for it.
His Excellency Martin Roper says the issue raises significant practical challenges, so it is, quote, unlikely to proceed further or be debated in the UK Parliament.
If at any point in the future, of course, such a proposal were to be made, the Cayman Islands government would be fully consulted in line with the recent negotiations on constitutional change, likely to come into effect on 4 December at the first session of the new Cayman Islands Parliament.
The draft Representation of the People, Crown Dependencies and Overseas Territories bill says its purpose is to extend representation in the House of Commons to the Crown Dependencies and Overseas Territories on the same basis as parts of the United Kingdom. It proposes members of Parliament for the Crown Dependencies and Overseas Territories be elected at the same time as those representing constituencies in the United Kingdom at a general election. The chairman of the Public Accounts Committee is participating in the second regional post-election seminar tomorrow. Northside MLA Ezard Miller says the post-election seminar will serve as an orientation for new parliamentarians and a refresher for returning ones. Mr. Miller will speak via the Zoom online platform jointly with a representative from the Parliament of Jamaica on constitutional and legal framework of parliamentary democracy.
I am particularly honored to be asked by the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association International Headquarters to participate in the post-election training seminar for the newly elected members of the Parliament of Jamaica.
More recently, in July, Mr. Miller presented at a similar post-election seminar, this time in Anguilla, on the topic of services and resources for members. Congratulations are going out this week to the Cayman Islands government for winning the Social Project of the Year award for the COVID-19 Field Hospital. Deputy Governor the Honorable France Manderson says it's a big deal, as Cayman has been recognized on the world stage as a leader in project management.
This really recognizes the fact that the Cayman Islands government can be world-class. We were up against world competitors, Rolls-Royce, other international companies. And for the Cayman Islands government, this very small island in the overseas territories, to basically win this, it really puts a stamp on the fact that we can be world class. It is because of our people.
Speaking to CIG-TV, the deputy governor added that the field hospital was a collaborative effort between private and public sector to ensure the country had somewhere to house COVID-19 patients should that need arise.
That was safe, that was well equipped, that could keep our persons giving them the best care possible. And we were able to achieve that.
A video submission of the Cayman Field Hospital was sent into the UK-based organization hosting the awards. The overall award for the year went to Heathrow Airport. The upcoming Caribbean Transitional Energy Conference wants to turn Cayman's attention toward a clean energy future. Radio Cayman's Felicia Rankin-Solins has the details.
The virtual conference brings 20 speakers from around the globe representing the U.S., Jamaica, Hawaii, and many more to discuss how Cayman can successfully evolve into a greener country.
So the focus of the CTEC conference is renewable energy and energy transition. So how do we go from the fossil fuel status quo into the renewable energy future? So bringing thought leaders from around the world to talk about the successes that they've had, and also to talk about, what does Cayman have on the books from our point of view, and what does it mean for consumers, and also what does it mean for investors and companies here in the Cayman Islands.
Organizer of CTEC 2020 and president of the Cayman Renewable Energy Association, James Whitaker, says the conference provides a chance for positive growth and development for businesses and people.
The opportunities it provides for people and businesses, the ability to save money, the ability to lower the cost of living, the ability to, for example, turn your rooftops into assets that you can actually make money from. So I think it's going to be a lot of eye-opening opportunities for people that want to utilize renewable energy, whether you have a home or whether you have a business. So there are opportunities from an employment standpoint. As we grow this industry, we expect that there are going to be hundreds of people employed in this industry.
Though the Cayman Islands is behind when it comes to clean energy, Mr. Whitaker says Cayman has potential.
Cayman has great frameworks, meaning we have great plans. We just need to implement those plans. So yes, I would say we are far behind, but we can accelerate that to where, quite frankly, we can be the leaders in the region when it comes to clean energy.
The event takes place Thursday, November 19th, 2020. For Radio Cayman News, I'm Felicia Rankin-Solins.
You can find the agenda, speakers list, and information on tickets at ctec.energy. The Cayman National Cultural Foundation is ready to present its newest play, Fat Chance, the sequel to The Honeymoon Over.
And it follows the daily lives, continuing from The Honeymoon Over. The Honeymoon Over is basically about the problems they're having. They're just married. The honeymoon over, they end it where they're just about getting back together. The following play, Fat Chance. So that's actually quite hilarious. This one is even probably closer to a comedy that's hilarious, closer than the first one.
Artistic Director of CNCF Henry Mutu encourages the community to tune in right here to Radio Cayman for the comedy.
If you have the time, even if you don't like theatre, it's useful to get involved supporting local artists, local actors who are trying their best even during this pandemic to do work to entertain the community. And if you like theatre, of course, you'll get a kick out of it. I think people will enjoy listening to it and at the same time supporting local theatre.
The play by Donna Talcox is split into 6 episodes, with the first premiering on Radio Cayman tomorrow. That's November 18th at 7:30 p.m., with new episodes premiering every Wednesday at the same time, rebroadcast on Saturday evenings at 6:45 p.m. That is your latest local news from Radio Cayman's newsroom. I'm April Cummings.